Womanhood. Super, ain't it? You make a house a home, you're effortlessly beautiful, and manage tons of responsibility. Best part is, everyone knows you can do it. They don't even ask. They don't offer help. You just do it. Every day you get to use your superpowers to save the world. Isn't it great to have a cape? I'm over it. Women are the superheroes that save the world. We know it all, do it all, and be it all. But here, we just talk about it all. Welcome to the Surviving Superwoman Show, where we take the capes off and tell our truth. Welcome to Surviving Superwoman Show. It is your girl, Des. It's your girl, Missy. What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? It's DJ.
So, how y'all doing today? I'm starting the show today, so that's exciting. So you know, Maisha got a little bit of a little.
Who? Oh,
Huh?
you call me Maisha? They don't know my name.
Oh no! I didn't know your name. My bad. We're gonna edit that part out. Okay, y'all, rewind. Missy. Missy got a little tick on her throat, so I'm here to open up the show. So how y'all doing?
So, y'all, before we get into that, let me explain it. We'll get into the mental health check-in, but we are supposed to keep it at 3 words or less. Can we keep it at 3 words or less? Y'all think? I think so.
Absolutely.
Let's start with Missy. How you doing?
Sick,
Yeah.
coughing, but I'm here.
Okay.
Sick, coughing in here.
The dedication.
The dedication to work.
I should have stayed my ass at home.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be that person.
Des, how are you? How you doing?
I am checking in mentally. I am tired. I am excited and irritated.
Okay.
There's tons of different things going on at the same time.
Okay. All right. How am I? I am I'm still emotional. I'm also avoidant, very avoidant,
Like
guarded
specifically right now, or are you just describing yourself, period?
right now.
Okay. I'm just asking. I was just asking, okay?
Well, right now.
No,
Okay.
I just wondering.
Okay.
Messy.
All right. Jeez. All right. We can move on.
No.
Yeah.
You know I love you, DJ. I do. I was just
Tearing
getting
me
a
up.
look.
I'm trying not to laugh.
I was just
Tell me
getting some
about
clarity for,
Tell me
the
about
people,
myself.
right, y'all?
Like, I'm just,
I ain't, yeah.
yeah.
Shady.
Right now. Just right now.
Oh, I got so much to say.
Oh my God. So anyway, what you got to say? You got any way to put it together small?
I got to use my words wisely.
Okay. Well, good. So anyway, y'all. Well, now that we've all checked in and we know how everybody doing, we got to make sure that's always happened. That's important before we get into each other's business, all in the nitty gritty. So, Missy, before we get deeper into it, are you able to give us the cape rights?
Yes, ma'am. I've saved just enough voice.
Okay, come on, voice. Give us the
So
cape
I'm
rights.
I'm giving y'all Keep Sweat today.
Just sexy.
We're going to do the cape rights, and y'all know the cape rights are for us taking our capes off and just talking and being authentic about our experience. So before we get into the topic every episode, we make sure we do the reading of the cape rights to remind everybody to be authentic and be vulnerable. So I'm going to go first, then DJ, then Des.
Okay.
I'm not a superhero. I'm taking my cape off. and my only obligation is to tell my truth.
I'm not a superhero. I'm taking my cape off. My only obligation is to tell my truth.
I'm not a superhero. I'm taking my cape off, and my only obligation is to tell my truth.
Boom.
So I always struggle with that because, oh, they be slapping me in the face like, yes, you're not a superhero. Psh, psh, psh. But anyway, so y'all know with Surviving Superwoman, the weight of what a superwoman is, it just gets kind of heavy at times. And this show is basically here for us to have a little moment to remember that, we're actually human. And so, sometimes you need to talk about a little stuff. And sometimes you got to get some stuff off your chest. So, we love being superwomen. Superwoman is kind of a thing. It's a concept and compliment that floats throughout our community all of the time. So, we want to lift it up a little bit. So what is your superpower as it relates to today's topic? My bad. Guess what we're talking about today, y'all?
What? Because DJ wasn't going to answer you.
I know! Like DJ. Okay.
What?
So we are talking about our college experiences, our PWIs.
Ooh.
So a lot of people don't know what PWIs are, which is very interesting. So I know you've heard of HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. We actually did not go to HBCUs. None of us, which is something we realized. Nope. We just recently realized. We all went to PWIs, predominantly white institutions. And so it's just it's an experience. When we realized that we all had completely been to PWIs, we figured we needed to talk about our experience a little bit and see
We
see
never
how
get
it
to
went.
talk about our experience.
We never get to talk
In our
about the
community-
PWI experience.
In our community, it's HBCU all day, Divine Nine all day.
Yep.
It's like we don't get to talk a lot about being PWI, especially if you do have the point of view that you're kind of proud of where you went.
Yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
PWI, unless you went to like a Big Ten school or something.
Yes. Exactly.
You don't get to have that pride
Well.
openly. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about that. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, not as a black girl.
You got to be hush hush
And
because
you
didn't,
bet
'cause you
not
didn't
say
choose
nothing
HBCU.
about no HBCU. You bet not
Girl,
say
they gonna
nothing.
tear your ass up.
They're going to
Say
tear
what I
your
wanna
ass
say.
up. So if you went to an HBCU and you watching this episode, please don't tear us up. We is not coming for y'all. We ain't going to say nothing bad about y'all. We not. I promise.
I'm going to say what I want to say. But
Come on, Orlando Brown.
I'm going to say what I want to say,
I'm
baby.
going to say what I want to say.
Now, listen, I'm a true believer of I can talk positively about one thing and not talk negative about another. So I have no beef with HBCUs, but baby, y'all better back up off of us too. We
Yeah.
did what we did. We did how we could do it when we needed to do it, and it just is what it is. So, and I agree. I think the experience needs to be highlighted a little bit more. So, let's get into it. What schools did you guys go to? What was your majors? Any extracurricular activities? Give us the tea about your PWI experience.
So I went to Michigan State University. Go green, go white. Spartans all day. Big Ten.
The other Michigan school in the Rose Bowl today, though, I'm going to just say that.
Listen, Michigan State is that big. That.
She don't even care. Didn't blink an eye, baby. Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
My major, first it was computer engineering. Then my advisor screwed me over, so I had to switch. And it ended up being media communication and something else that I can't even fucking remember now, right? Because it has nothing to do with my job.
I didn't know you had a media degree, fool.
Didn't know a degree.
Listen, it's not even. It wasn't even about media. I don't even know why they called it that, because it was like about project management, like the project life cycle, that type of thing. So it was like
That's
business.
a part of media.
And I guess when I think of media, I think of production stuff, but it was never that. It was like project management.
Interesting.
Why wasn't it called project management? I don't know. Which was weird. But
Okay.
Media communication
Look at us learning some stuff.
was my that's my bachelor's degree.
Okay.
I ended up going to Indiana Wesleyan for my master's.
Okay.
And I got a
Double degree.
yeah, pretty much. I just got a general master's though because I work in IT and I only had IT experience, so I needed some business experience to kind of boost me up there in corporate IT. You know, boost the check up a little bit. So I went ahead and went to school. Went to get my master's. At Michigan State, though, I wasn't involved in extracurriculars, not a lot of them. I became Greek, member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And that was really it. I was not involved in the things. I was to myself.
I mean, that's the thing. That's a big deal. To be in a sorority is a big deal. That is extracurricular.
Yeah. A lot of people can't do that.
That's a big deal. A lot of people.
It's a big commitment.
Knew me all of a sudden when I was Greek, and that was weird.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, DJ. Girl, hi. Hey, girl.
Popular now.
Hey, girl. I ain't like that. I ain't like that part. But that's all I did. I became Greek.
Okay. All right, Missy. Give us your rundown.
I went to Northwood University for undergrad, which is a small private business school in Midland, Michigan. From there, I have advertising and marketing degree, and then I had a minor in entertainment, sports promotions, and management. And then for law school, I went to Drake University Law School in Des Moines, Iowa, where I got my Juris Doctorate.
Cool.
Extracurriculars. In undergrad, I did my trial. I was a beast baby.
Period.
Yeah, big dog. Not
Big
the little
dog,
one.
not the little one.
Undergrad, I did become a sweetheart of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, period.
So that was a fun experience. We didn't have nothing but Iotas, and they embraced me and loved me. You know what I'm saying? So them still my dogs. Shout out to Iota Phi Theta.
Shout out to them.
Is that all I did? Yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I worked outside of that. You know, I had to put myself through school, so you know.
All right. I am. Let's see. For undergrad, I went to Western Michigan University. Point blank. Period. Go Broncos! Every day is a great day to be a Bronco. What else? Oh, my major at Western was I actually had a double major, so I have two bachelor's degrees. One is in social work, and then the other one is organizational communication. So, like learning the inner workings of how orgs operate and being able to utilize that, honestly, to your advantage. Like, you know, stuff like that. So that is my undergrad. My master's degree is from Eastern Michigan University. That is in clinical social work. So that's how I became a licensed therapist and also a project community organizer, project manager, all that type of stuff. But my extracurriculars. So in
That's me opening the scroll
Right, everything.
because she did everything.
So real quick, I'm gonna just make it real simple. In undergrad, I did. I was on WSA, which is the student government board, like for the whole campus. So I was diversity and inclusion chair for that. I did student ambassador. So I used to like be literally an ambassador for the university. So they like would rent a car and I would drive around and recruit people. I would do tours and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. I did fall welcome person, which is like when kids come, when the new people come, when they arrive on campus early. I kind of help coordinate that program. I did orientation coordinator, so when people come for orientation, I help coordinate that program. I did. I don't know. I can't remember anything else at the moment. I know I did more than that. But I did a bunch of shit in college, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I guess, you know, that was, everybody got their thing, but I did that. And then in when I got my master's degree, I actually didn't do anything on campus because I was in the AmeriCorps program. So the AmeriCorps is like a statewide. It was actually a national like volunteer program, so you get paid a stipend if you basically sign your life over for 2 years. It's like the Peace Corps, but in America.
I interviewed for that and was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, you make the stipend is no money, but you kind of sign your life over for 2 years. They do give you a little bit of a scholarship. It's a baby bit, but yeah, you sign your life over, you volunteer, you do some amazing things, you learn some stuff, and so I did that while I was getting my master's degree. So. A bunch of shit.
Why did y'all go to PWIs versus a HBCU? Like, what went into that decision? And I know we were very young making that decision.
Yeah.
It was no decision for me. So, do y'all remember at one point in high school, all of these recruiters started just coming to DPS, right? So I went to King.
I don't remember that, but yes.
Well, yeah, you don't.
I don't, because I was at MPS.
Yeah, because she was not.
Just give my clarity, but anyway, keep going.
It was a stint, like 11th grade. All of these college recruiters started just hitting up all of the high schools. And, we applied right then and there, all of that. And I got accepted.
Yeah.
And that's where I went. Mm-hmm. And that was it. That was literally it.
Mm-hmm. For me, I was the first generation. And... agreed. Like, the people who came and recruited are the ones that I really talked to. Also, I don't know, to be completely honest. I never even thought of the concept of going out of state. I'm lying because I thought I was going to New York University. Mm-hmm. I never thought of the concept of going to a HBCU. I really didn't know anything about them, like, until after I got into my PWI and learned more where other people had went or were going. But I didn't know a ton about them. And like, good colleges had always been promoted to me as like the schools in Michigan. Because Michigan does have really good schools. Like, we have good colleges or whatever. But it's always been like, pick one of these schools right here.
There are no HBCUs in Michigan, fun fact.
No, none. There are no HBCUs here. So there's just not staying in state. I mean, and I wasn't even pressed to stay in state. I would have left. I really just didn't know enough about what HBCU meant.
I went on a college tour and wanted to go to, it was Delaware State. And it was a weird, like, it wasn't like we visited Southern schools. It was like, my granddad's wife, her church took us on one, and it was like Delaware, Virginia, like all of that. But I saw like majorettes and shit like that and was like, oh shit, what is this? Mm-hmm. But then I realized I couldn't afford that. And was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to stay my ass in Michigan.
Yeah.
Because I literally couldn't afford to go down there.
That's another thing, price. So money matters. Yeah, going out of school, even being able to like really get dropped off would have been a very big to do. Now that I think about it, like shipping all of my shit across the country, it just was never something that was on my radar. Sucks, but it wasn't. I never even got the chance to decide.
Yeah, see, for me, like I said, I had to put myself through school, so it came down to money. Mm-hmm. And HBCUs wasn't offering no diversity scholarships for Black kids.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Because that's
just
exactly what
the
I
truth.
got at Western.
Yeah, it's real. That's just the truth. And so I had to go where it was offering up the money. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Iowa, because I did go to college out of state. Mm-hmm. Well, I went to law school out of state. Mm-hmm. So I did the whole commute, take all my shit.
Yeah.
And it was a to-do.
Yeah.
But once again, they was offering the money. So like I said, I was really good at mock trial in undergrad. And the law school that I went to, they started collegiate mock trials. Mm-hmm. So I was able to get a scholarship for each award that I earned in undergrad for law school. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't nothing else to talk about. Mm-hmm. They gave me 75% tuition.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's
nothing to talk about.
The next biggest scholarship that I got offered was $6,000 a year from South Carolina State.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So,
no, absolutely.
You know
what? Actually, I'm gonna say that too. My master's degree, the reason I went to Eastern is because I got a fellowship. that paid for my, and I still owed him some money for some stuff, but paid for a lot of my tuition as well. And so, yeah, I guess money. You're right. Money is a big thing. Sorry. No, you're good. Okay, so what's your best and worst memory of of your time at your PWI?
I got a good one. So Michigan State is huge, right? Like basically,
That's
Michigan State is Lansing. Like we have our own bus system. It is. It's frozen pineapples in there.
She made our drinks today.
Did. I made us cocktails.
I don't know what I have been drinking. Sorry.
But it's great. So Michigan State is huge. On bus system, fire station, police department, like farms. It's just ridiculously big. And, like really the percentage of black students was honestly very small. Mm-hmm. So we all, when they did that whole recruitment thing, on top of us kind of sticking together anyway, it was a lot of us that came from like Cass King Renaissance. So we stayed in certain dorms, but we always stuck together, and it was always like a party. It was, and I'm beyond, it was really the party of it all. Like I thoroughly enjoyed my undergrad year. Like we had a good ass time.
PWI is not a party, baby.
We had a good ass time. We would get in our groups and we would walk. We would walk to them little white frat houses and have a blast and walk back to the dorms. Okay. Yep. And my dorm was, I ain't really stay where a bunch of the black people stayed. I stayed across the way. Mm-hmm. So I kind of stayed in the suburbs a little bit. Me so too. I would go and do my thing. Hey y'all, great. Yeah. And then be out, go back to my room.
I was in the hood of that beach.
I don't know if it's never the suburbs, but I was not in where everybody else was at.
It was never. It was always, though, we had our core group. No matter what we was going through, all of the racism and all of that stuff that you experience going through.
Because it does happen.
Because all of that stuff does happen. But we got together and we had a good ass time.
Good.
A good ass time.
What's your worst memory?
So it was an incident on campus, and it was in the engineering building, I think. And somebody hung a dowel from a noose in the.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, in the engineering building. Mm-hmm. And that's like everybody goes to they have the best library, the best study space. It's always the engineering building. Mm-hmm. They said it like it was like as soon as you walked in, like you could see it. It shook the campus so bad where I guess we was just having a good time in our own bubble that we forgot where the fuck we was at and who we was around, and that we was really like this much of the minority compared to, and that just shook everybody. Like, you know it's there. I know how these white people act. We in Michigan, okay?
Yeah.
But it didn't click until that actually happened. And it was like, whoa, that was, it shook me. It really did. I didn't even see the doubt in person. It shook the whole campus. Nobody wanted to go anywhere no more after that.
No, I get that. That sucks. I hate that.
Yeah.
But yes, baby, welcome to Michigan, okay?
Right?
Welcome to Michigan. The home of the rednecks, okay?
Don't get it twisted, because Detroit got a lot of black people. Muskegon got some black people.
Yeah, it ain't
Flint and Saginaw, and then
Ben Harbor.
That's about it.
You can't go far.
Battle Creek got a sprinkle, not a lot though. Yeah, So yeah, my best memory. Oh, Missy, what's yours?
My best memories are with my crew, like me and my PWI crew are still very tight to this day. Mostly made up of the mock trial team, which I know I sound like such a geek talking about that, but we was some real niggas. Like we was in that bitch balling. But we also acted a plum fool on campus because we was the winningest program on that campus.
Period. Not the football team. Okay, period.
Not the football team. Mock trial.
The fact that we even mentioned Northwood football is crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about y'all
shout out
football
to Coach
team.
Shout out to Coach Haynes, though. That's my dog. But yeah, so we used to act the fool. I remember this one time. And we was some kids who could argue. So we was basically at a business school, but we was kind of like law students a little bit. So I remember security tried to come shut us down. We had a party or whatever. Security tried to come shut us down, and we just kind of rose up on security like. But it was fun.
Kids.
It ended up being fun. That they took it in stride or whatever. But we was acting the fool. But that's one of my best memories because it was so funny. One of my worst memories would have to be. It's not even a specific memory. It's just as a black kid at a PWI, especially a small PWI, because y'all went to big ones. Mm-hmm. So there was still intentionality about making sure you guys had y'all spaces. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, even if y'all was able to throw y'all parties or, y'all icebreakers, y'all fraternity and sorority parties, having y'all fraternity and sorority houses and stuff like that on y'all campuses. Like, it wasn't none of that in Northwood. Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot of feeling forgotten about as a black kid at a PWI, and then like really trying your hardest to fit in and make the best out of the things that they do offer. Mm-hmm. But you always know you're the black kids in the room.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
And like, even not to say that all the parties and stuff we went to were racist, but they still treated you like the black kids in the room. They wasn't playing your music. They wasn't doing your dances, or they were trying to make you teach them how to dance.
I was
all
just
the
about
bullshit.
to say, or you get the girl, what's up?
Teach me how to doggy.
Oh my God.
Bitch.
Okay.
But anyway, so that was the worst memory. But my fondest memories are just being broke in college. And then knowing that all the vibes were purely off love.
Money did not matter in undergrad. I didn't give a fuck about money.
I have no idea how any of us survived.
How? How did we eat? What happened? I don't think I slept, but how did I eat?
Let me go to my best memory real quick. Sorry. Because it just popped in my mind. I can barely talk or breathe, but anyway, so we was broke as hell. We was freshmen. It was my homegirl Gina's birthday coming up. And we didn't have no money. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to drink and we wanted to throw her party. So we went around the dorms and asked for everybody's spare change. Mm-hmm. Baby, when I say I think we made about like $115-ish.
That's what's up.
You talking about bottles of Smirnoff, baby?
Yeah, absolutely.
We were turned up. It was a rager. It was a rager. Period.
Oh my.
That's crazy.
People don't even understand how...
Broke with no shame.
Broke with no shame.
Smirnoff.
And liquor. Like the cheapest liquor in the world.
Burnett. Pinnacle. Girl, we drank 5 o'clock in high school. Ooh.
I've never had 5 o'clock.
Oh,
y'all
God.
are wild for that.
I drank 5 o'clock.
Pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on twice in
pennies
college.
on the dollar. No shame.
I actually was drinking Seagrams in high school.
Bumpy face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green apple.
Yeah.
Green apple. Yeah.
Too deep in them trenches for me.
Yep.
We had to
I guess
make
that was
it
a little bit
work.
of college too, but yep.
We had to make it work.
Man. No,
I remember sidebar. I remember I went into the liquor store one time with my mama when I was in high school. And when I walked in, the guy who worked there seen me. And he pulled a half pint of Seagram's Green Apple off the shelf and put it by the thing because he knew I was about to ask for it. Man, my mama checking out. I'm behind him like, no. Because I absolutely don't supposed to be drinking this.
That's
and
hilarious.
you absolutely don't supposed to be selling it. So I'm trying to keep us both out of trouble,
baby.
sir. Like,
Good.
but either way, outside of that, my best and worst. So my worst. I'm gonna start with my worst. What was my worst? My worst. I don't have a specific worst. I think it's also just the vibes of knowing that you're always a black kid. But if I gotta pick one, I was in this program. So I was in this program. There is like a, we had PWI, so it's a bunch of white kids, and then it's a sprinkle of everybody else, pretty much. So we were in this program, and I actually became coordinator of it, which was a big deal. Like, you had to kind of do applications across the whole campus. It's like competitive. Only 3 people got chosen. I was one of them. Then we got to pick a staff and like build this staff and all these things. So I got the highest number of black kids that have been hired. It's 36. I got 6 black kids. That was huge. Like, to pull 6 of them. So
Not at that big ass school. That's crazy.
I know, but you only pick 36 people, and 6 of them are black. Now, you do got some of other nationalities as well, but literally black kids, we pulled 6. So it was a big deal. Trained them, did all of this stuff. Something happened where they got into it or something. I don't know exactly what the details were, but I woke up the next morning going to my this is an on-campus job, but it's like project management. You know what I mean? So I woke up going to my little job, and the 2 people who are equal to me and our supervisor are walking out of the building. And this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, where y'all going? I'm just getting here. It's just time to get here. Oh, we finna grab something to eat. We just had a meeting. What the fuck do you mean you just had a meeting? All y'all just had a meeting. The only one ain't there is me. So they leave, and my friend, one of the 6, comes walking out, and he like, I gotta get my shit. I just borrowed such and such truck. I'm finna pack all my stuff up. I'm like, where you going? The program is like all summer. Like, we supposed to live on campus. I'm like, what are you talking about? They just fired me. So I did all of this work. They used me as like the connection to build all of this and the face of this and the diversity of this and diversity of that. And the minute that he hurt this white girl feelings after she ran her mouth, she Karen'd pretty much. He hurt her feelings, and they fired him immediately without asking me, without talking to me, and without giving me the respect of like consulting me in the conversation. And if he needed to be fired, if that was really the case, then I would have understood that. But they didn't even give me the respect of talking. And I know that's a nerdy thing because I'm talking about a job that I had, like a little program. But that was like the moment that I realized, like, oh, this not for me.
No.
Like I'm just
literally
here
just using you
because they need somebody to be here. Like this is not for me. It's actually not for any of us. And it let me know that I needed to be on guard more. Like it immediately made me feel like I needed to protect myself more. Like I completely switched my entire mindset after that because it was the craziest thing. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere. So even though it was a huge learning experience, it was, I wouldn't say worse because there were other, kind of sadder moments, but that was just a really mind-changing moment for me. But then best, it's so many best. Like, oh my God, I had a blast. Like, I'm one of those black people that love my PWI. Like, they got on my motherfucking nerves. And are they racist? Absolutely. Okay? Never gonna hold that up. But amazing school. Like, had a blast. Shout out to Western. I would say Western does put their effort
shout out to Western. I was in that bitch partying every weekend.
Okay, Western is a thing, baby. We was wasted half the time. State is intense too. We would pop over the state.
Intense.
The beautiful thing about going to school in Michigan is you can road trip around this whole state. Okay,
you can. I've been to all of them,
and you gonna have a great time wherever you stop.
Up at all of them.
Wherever you stop, baby. You can go to Michigan.
I did a keg stand at CMU, baby.
CMU. I
did a keg stand at CMU.
Okay, me and my friend Deanna went to Saginaw. Like it. Listen, 3-4 hours will get you everywhere you need to go.
Y'all ever did a keg stand? Because I feel like that's a PWI rite of
It is a PWI thing.
I've never done one though.
I wouldn't.
Have y'all ever bonged a beer?
So we used to do. So
we gonna have a PWI party. Fuck that.
So
I gotta get y'all together.
Bonged a beer,
baby. They pour it in the funnel and it's a hose and you drink a whole beer.
Yeah,
in 10
I don't
seconds.
like beer.
The only thing I did was power hour. So like the queues. So we had the whole Divine Nine. The Q's they would hold stuff and they would do what's called power hour.
She started wrong when she said Q's. I don't want no part.
Every hour.
And that ain't the P. Well, keep going.
Well,
right.
Keep going.
That was the only thing that we did though. We would chug beer, like just chug the whole thing.
I guess I was just with the other ones because like I seen like I have like huge bongs. Like wait a minute, you walk into a room like, what is happening in here? I'm not staying here, Bobby. What are you talking about?
Baby.
Like,
and listen, and when I went to Iowa, it was next level because in Midland, you would bong a beer at a party off campus or whatever. In Iowa, they was doing that shit in the club because it was
in the club.
Baby, that's crazy.
I was in Iowa. These are people who wear cowboy boots and cowboy hats and flannel shirts to the club, baby.
Okay, so I got another question. Was there a racial divide on your campus? And if so, what did it look like for you and just in general?
Yes. Every haul of new kids that came into Northwood, there were always less than 10 black girls.
Did you say nude?
No, all the new.
Oh, okay. I thought
All
you
the
said
new
nude
freshmen.
kids. I'm gonna be
Oh,
like,
no.
not the nude, not they nude.
Now they got a strip search y'all when y'all
Okay.
come in. What y'all
I just
doing?
thought you was calling white kids the color nude.
Oh, no. See? You gonna get me canceled. No, ma'am. That's not what I said.
My bad.
No,
my
but
bad, my
each
bad.
new freshman class,
I'm like, that's interesting.
all the
I
black
like
kids that came in, for the most part, ran track, played football. So they were damn near all male.
recruits. Okay.
And then there would be like 10 or less black girls every year.
Dang.
Yeah. And then
So y'all all know each other.
yeah. And if it was beef, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
It's just
only
really
10 of y'all.
crazy. Yeah, it's only 10 of us, for real. So there was that. There weren't any like black events. They just wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure 50 can attest to it. Like, they just wouldn't let us have our events. This was while I was there. I can't speak to what they're doing now. In law school, it's very obvious what the racial divide is because we reading all these documents with racism written in black and white that the foundation of this country are built upon, and we're still operating off of that same foundation. So needless to say, it was hard for me because, a lot of defending yourself and stuff like that. So the racial divide was very clear in both places. I can't even say which one was more or less, but yeah.
Okay.
Big divide.
Okay. What about you, DJ? Was it a racial divide?
Absolutely. Like, black population was very small, very small. And you saw it everywhere. I didn't specifically notice it, like, for real, until I became Greek. That's when I was the most active, trying to do programs, working with, like, our Black Caucus and all of that type of stuff. But when you try to do events and things like that, you can tell where it's very difficult for us to get approved for stuff. D9, the Divine Nine, to get approved for stuff versus the white Greeks. And that kind of thing. It's hard for us to get support from the school to just do stuff. If we get into it, so like we had this big rock in the middle of the campus, and you would spray paint it for whatever, your Founders Day.
We had it too.
Right, whatever it was. So I remember one time, I can't remember who, it was one of the fraternities, and I can't remember if it was Diet, whatever. It was one of the fraternities, and one of these white frets came and spray painted over their stuff. Just like randomly in the middle of the night, spray painted all over their stuff. They ended up getting into it over that. But the university is going to side with the white frets. You have to be careful how you move, the way you talk to them.
And the white frats, their parents donate money to the university.
Exactly. They got
donate
buildings
money to the
named.
frat. Like,
Right. Like those, the white fraternities and sororities, those are the ones with buildings on campus.
Resources,
They have the resources and all of that. And it's like we have to basically beg for anything.
and still not get it.
Right? And not just throwing a party, but these are like educational event, like community, all types of events that we're trying to do, not just throw parties.
Yeah.
Where it's hard to even get a room approved.
Agree.
Where you have to go through hoops just to get your room approved. And it's wild. It was so wild. It was like thrown in my face every time we tried to do something. I knew it was there, but once I was active and started doing stuff on campus, I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
It made me question, why was I there? It's not for me,
Yeah.
So racial divide. Absolutely was a racial divide. I will say that I have a very interesting perspective because I was so involved. Because involved mean that I was around a lot of white kids as well. So like I was one of those kids who were like black kids at night, but I was running into the white kids in the daytime. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm leaving and I'm going to the
You
party.
was living
party.
a double life.
I was
Yeah.
absolutely living a double life. Like, they would be like, Destiny, come with us. I'm not coming with you. I'm going to the Kappa house. But
What's interesting is that I live that double life right now.
I believe that for sure. Yes. But absolutely. So completely double life. And so I was able to see a lot of things that I didn't realize exist until I ran into them. So racial divide. Absolutely. I got accepted into this program, only 36 of us, and it was a great program. It challenged us to flat out talk and think about all of these crazy things. It was developed by a black man, and we just it was a leadership program, so we had to like get all in each other's shit. And so they created all these different scenarios, questions, conversations, discussions, focus groups and shit that we would be in, and it would be about all of these racial things. And so you looking at these white kids in the face, and like I remember one day one boy told me to my face like, I'm so glad that I met you because my dad said that all of you guys were like dirty and like dumb. And he was like, you're like genius. And I'm like, who the hell is all of you?
All of you?
You?
All of you? Who? That's what
Absolutely.
I'm talking about.
But, and then it's like, what do you do? Because I guess
I'm glad
he
I could
learning.
change
Like,
your
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
thought process about us.
Bastard,
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I'll never forget. I was next to my friend Mario. He was talking to me and him, and we both looked at each other like, "Excuse us," Like am I supposed to take that as a compliment? I remember another situation. Somebody needed something done very aggressively that I had absolutely nothing to do with it, and this girl asked me to do it, and I was like, "Why would you ask me?" And she was like, "I mean, you're just very direct. You're very like." Direct, you just get it done. You're cutthroat. I'll never forget her ass. Like pissed me the fuck off. So it's like just little. Yes, she did.
Her ass right in the face.
Cutthroat.
Girl.
Like I'll never forget. Like it's just little shit like that. So, yeah, like all of those things.
That just pissed me off.
Girl.
Yeah.
That just
type
sent me. I
just
cannot.
All type of just random
All them
things.
little microaggressions, like
Yeah.
all
triggered.
over the place.
Microaggressions all over the place. And so I was actually thrown into like involvement, I guess, if that's what you want to say, early. Like as a freshman, I kind of stumbled into it because pretty much they had all these ambassadors for the school and they didn't have no black kids. And so the department that gave me my diversity scholarship, basically I happened to be in there and they like, hey, the university ambassador office is looking for black kids specifically. Like, that's a good job. You need to go try it. And I was like, whatever. And I went over there and ended up getting thankfully got involved in all these different things. Which is, I'm gonna be honest, the reason we sitting here today. Because I got out of college and created more little extracurricular activities. But it was on some fluke shit. But this was me as a freshman running into all these things. And I grew up in Muskegon. I grew up around white people. And they were racist too. Shit. Let's never get that twisted. But I had never felt it like that.
It's crazy because it was a shock for me because I'm from Detroit.
Yes.
I'm from a black-ass city. Mayor black. All my teachers were black. The city council is black. The teachers is black. The lady at the store is black. Everybody's black. So
culture shock for me.
Yes, going to the PWI, baby. I struggled. I got I hate to admit it. I got into a couple scuffles with some people because
not you was fighting on campus.
Couple
scuffles. Not you was fighting on campus, child.
Because let me tell you, okay? Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay, that's why she got so triggered.
No, for real. I really did because I did not react well. Because where I'm from, the survival, you know what I mean? You're taught to survive in a different way. Absolutely. You're taught not to tolerate certain things. And you're taught to react in a certain way, which don't fly everywhere. By the grace of God, I knew better, I knew to just throw the hands and get the fuck on. But I got into some scuffles in college behind racist shit.
Men and women.
Yeah, men and women. I had a white boy
wild.
call me a stupid black bitch one time,
And he would've-
and I
yep.
tackled his motherfucking ass.
As you should have.
Okay.
And then I had a white girl at this wasn't on campus. This was at Wayside. She
I love that y'all had a wayside. We had a wayside. We was the only people. We
and
was the only people with one.
she said, nigga, please.
And you should knock the
I
shit
couldn't
out.
have snatched her fast the fucking up.
Oh,
Because why would you do that?
my
But
nigga,
you know,
please.
like my edges needed to be honed and smoothed out because racism ain't right, but reacting that way ain't right either. And I don't
Absolutely.
never want to put it out there that the way to react to racism is violence.
Yeah.
I ain't saying it ain't, but I'm not gonna sit here on this podcast and say it is.
Okay.
If you get what
Sometimes
I'm saying.
you need a little.
But
I agree with
it was just
both.
yeah, being from Detroit, it's just it was some growing that had to happen. And had it not happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. If I was still solving problems that way, if I was still not able to control myself, there's no way I would be where I am today. So I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had to push.
A couple bitches. Okay.
Yeah, because don't fucking try it. But so I got a question. Do y'all regret going to PWI?
I do not.
I don't regret it at all.
Me either.
Nope.
So like
Me
one of,
either.
one of my little cousins, he went to a HBCU.
With all the bullshit.
Okay.
But what I noticed, but they had we had so many resources. Michigan State just did.
Even
It-
Northwood did.
Listen,
Even Northwood
it
did.
is what
I
it
can't
is.
Some
cap.
shit was just
Michigan
handed
State
to you
is
in
Michigan
different
State.
ways.
That's
and it's
it.
like,
Yeah.
your internships,
all of that. They had the resources. They campus was just with the latest technology, all of
Yes,
that. Like
it
I was always in
Yeah,
the engineering
right.
college. They
The
had
technology was there.
everything available. The robotics classes. The
Whatever
dorms
you
was
wanted to
old,
do.
but they, the dorms had what they needed to have.
And they ain't owe no more. Ain't about to be.
As soon as we graduated, they updated all them
God.
motherfuckers.
And we had two different schools. They just took all
Updated
our money.
All of
I went
it.
to Western. I couldn't believe it. Y'all living a whole different life
whole
than
different
the.
life.
Oh, I'm so offended.
Whole different
Baby,
fucking life.
No,
How
like,
are
no
y'all
cap.
living? Yeah, they ain't living. They can't be living broke.
Like,
Can't be.
no cap. I think about mock trial, right? And our program was so good. Like, I remember going up against kids from Harvard, bodying their ass. Going against kids from Princeton, NYU, bodying their ass. And that's facts. You heard me? That's facts. We was
Okay.
bodying their ass.
Facts. You hear me? That's
I would
facts.
It is.
I would not have gotten that opportunity.
Anywhere else?
Anywhere else, it
wouldn't.
would have had to be a PWI. At that level of competition, and I hate to be this person, at that level of competition, the only HBCU that we ran into at that level was Howard.
Yeah.
Bodied they ass too. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
But, yeah, so the thing is you do not, and once again, I can't speak to the resources of HBCUs because I've never been to one. And I wish I could have seen the parties. I wish I could have seen the band. I wish I could be at those football games. Like,
band,
please don't
right.
get it twisted.
Absolutely.
I wish we had dancers,
Homecoming.
dance teams,
I wish
homecoming.
all of that.
I
Oh,
wish
God.
celebrities was at my motherfucking homecoming.
Okay.
Going from a black ass
Celebrities
band
come
to
to
going
Western.
to Michigan State, that
Yeah.
shit was. I wanted to
Man.
cry when I watched that. I went to their band practice one time, and I'm sitting there.
When I say sick, you
It
know what I'm
was-
saying?
yeah.
Like,
See, my
especially
high school
coming
band
from
was like
Detroit
that,
with
though.
so much culture and music and everything,
Yeah.
and you just go to Mayonnaise, Northwood, you like, oh,
See,
y'all
y'all
ain't even
were
got no
black.
seasoning in the calf. What's going on? I'm going to die.
That
But
is
I don't regret it.
outrageous.
I don't regret it. It made me who I am today.
Not ain't no seasoning in the calf. That's outrageous.
No, going up there and y'all having the whole fried chicken and
Oh,
shit
MLK
for
Day?
MLK Day. They MLK Day
We
meal.
had an MLK Day meal.
We
too. I
didn't.
can't
They
say
did not do
shit.
that. They didn't do that to us.
My
Oh,
thing
we had
is, if
fried
that's what
chicken.
you gonna
Michigan State
do,
didn't do
no,
that
fuck
to
that.
us.
If
They
that's
had
what you
one too.
if that's what you gonna do it better. Do it well.
We had seasoning in the calf. So
They
I
wasn't
don't
do
know.
the thing. That's what I'm saying about Northwood. They wasn't doing it. If you gonna do it all the way. We
Yeah.
ain't gonna complain if the shit bang.
I mean, it ain't
Not
on
for
the
real.
chicken, but you can put some on there.
All I'm saying is you heard what I said. You heard what I said. But I ain't gonna cap. It's like I can see. I can think of 1,001 problems that Northwood
too.
had. I can think of 1,002 problems that Drake Law School had.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to race, diversity, sensitivity, microaggressions, all that shit.
Yeah.
But I can't knock the education.
Mm-hmm.
I got a good education. I really did.
Yeah, I did too.
I had access to people and things.
And I use it now.
Yeah.
And I still use it, whether I want to admit it or not.
I want to admit it or not. Everybody out here with the school don't matter. Let me never get it twisted. I use my motherfucking degrees every day. All three of them.
And listen, and people can say it all they want. People can say it all they want, and they're going to try to cancel me for this. But I said what I said. While everybody, during COVID was doing PPP loans and unemployment and scamming and all that, I was not unemployed not one time.
Me neither.
Not for one motherfucking day.
Me neither. The one time I was unemployed, I quit.
You chose to be unemployed.
And started a business. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was still good.
And not saying that you have to go to college to be successful.
No.
But what I'm saying is college and school, I learned more about myself than anything.
Me too. It's such an experience.
And like, you just got to be in the setting. You just got to go. And I know college, and college
it ain't even always about the classes.
And it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because some people go to college and, they fuck over the experience. But, yeah, go to school. And PWIs ain't that damn bad.
No, they're not. They're really not.
So I'm going to say this. I don't regret it. I mean, I will record it. We would not be here today without Western Michigan University. At least not in this form, in this fashion, in this space. Now, did I know Surviving Superwoman? No. Did I even know podcasts? Hell no.
They weren't out.
They weren't out. And I've already, hell, I done had to put together 3, 4, 5 different organizations to fail to get here. You know what I mean? Or just random projects or ideas or things but the concept of building something like this came from my experience at Western, period. Not saying that it's not offered anywhere else. But I got it. It was perfectly made for me in the way that it needs to be for me. I have lifelong friends, and I'm gonna be honest, from all walks of life, and from all spaces. Yeah. And for me to be able to go certain places and see certain people, and those are my family, my family. And some of them don't look exactly like me. They ain't far off, nah. Mm-hmm. They ain't far off, but they don't look exactly like me. I can't knock that. I also can't knock, especially because I still live in Michigan, being able to understand what it means to be in these professional spaces and deal with those microaggressions now and deal with that. And I'm not praising it because it wasn't okay. But if you want to know, I had a motherfucking boot camp that got me ready, baby. Mm-hmm. And so that now I can walk into spaces today and not give a fuck that you're giving me a microaggression. I need this money, sis. And that's just what it is.
And your microaggression don't mean shit. I'm still going to be black as hell. So what's up?
Exactly. Because I had to learn how to do that in college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Competing with them white men. Because I couldn't afford to get my hair done. So I had my little nappy fro out because that was all I had. You know what I'm saying?
And don't fucking touch it.
And so now that when I got
don't fucking touch it.
They good for that.
Yep. So I do not. I don't regret either one of them. Same thing for Eastern. Some couple things happened that was bullshit, but it is what it is. Everything happened. And this ain't even shade, and I'm gonna get canceled for this. But I remember talking to my friends at certain HBCUs, and they oh, my FAFSA not processed.
I already knew what you was about to say.
And baby, let me tell you something. I had my money before school started.
I never had a refund check issue, not one time. I could depend on my shit to the day, baby.
To the day that they said it was coming,
and the amount they said
was coming.
The amount they said was coming. Yep,
by the penny.
The housing was paid. It was everything.
I'm not even trying to knock my HBCUs because, baby, I love y'all. Okay, I love the culture.
And listen, and I no cap.
I'm just saying.
Listen, white guilt is a motherfucker too. You go in there crying, talk about I need an extra $2,000.
And they're gonna find it for your black ass. It's gonna be a diversity.
At an HBCU, that shit look like the motherfucking unemployment office. They all in that bitch crying.
Hell yeah.
They gonna cancel me.
Shade. That's a real thing. You can go in the financial aid office and start crying.
That's why my ass wasn't in Delaware.
I used to go to my mock
trial.
I
think about that. That shit is true as hell.
Baby,
They not
They
giving you
will help
nothing.
you because they need your diversity
Let me
number.
tell you. And because the mock trial mock trial made Northwood look so good. Number one, because the 18 was damn near all black. Right? And then, because we had sauce, baby. It is what it is. It got to the point where I would get a job. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to work through school.
Yep, me too.
I would get a job and my coach would be like, I need you at mock trial practice. So how much you anticipate making from that job this semester? I'll just give you a scholarship for it. Because
Wow. Yep. Yep.
HBCUs ain't doing that unless you hoop or something.
That's it. I mean, most schools not. That's
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you'll be surprised how they make that money move for that
the
diversity
money
quota. Okay,
moves for the diversity quota. And so the last thing that
that's
you know
actually
what?
terrible because we praising a terrible system,
We
but I'm
are
just letting you know
praising
what it
a
is.
terrible
I'm just
system.
letting you know what it
Baby,
is.
You gotta know how to play.
You
it.
play with me,
Yeah,
shit. I'm
you
gonna play with
gotta
y'all.
know
You know
how to
what?
play
That
it.
brings me to our Fantastic Four.
Fair.
Okay. So great conversation, but y'all know we love the Fantastic Four. We love our superheroes. So we're gonna give our Fantastic Four right now about PWIs. Give me 4 quick things that you learned at your PWI.
Be myself.
Mm-hmm.
You could try to be whoever for as much as you want, but ain't nothing gonna give like the authentic you. Nothing's gonna give like that. Learning how to create my own village and my own community in spaces where it feels like you don't have one is simply not true. There's an ally or 2 or 3 or 4 somewhere. You just have to not let your trauma keep you from finding them people. So create your villages, find your community, find your people. Be well-read and informed. They can be as racist as you want. If you got language and research and you know what you're talking about, 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? They gonna forget you as black if you know what the fuck you talking about. And lastly, stand up for yourself. I know I had some fights or whatever. Don't stand up for yourself like that. But stand up for yourself and like say something because things never changed if everybody's quiet. If nobody has the courage to point out the things that are wrong. And it's not going to always work in your favor. And sometimes you're not even going to see the consequences of you speaking up for yourself. But somebody is going to hear you. Speak up for yourself, bro. So they're my fault.
Okay. All right. My 4. Funny. My first one is how to catch the bus. I never knew how to do that until I went to Michigan State and realized it was a big ass city and I had to learn how to catch the bus.
That's real.
So I learned life skills.
Period.
My second one is how to navigate white spaces, specifically white male spaces. Like engineering is real white male dominated. I don't know if I would be as strong in my career if I went to a HBCU, honestly. I don't know. Have fun.
Yep.
Because you just have fun and enjoy the college experience. Like I hate that a lot of my little cousins was just they went to school during COVID, so they didn't get that.
Sucks.
A lot of my little cousins started
during
college.
COVID is
I could
crazy.
cry for them.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
wish
was
we could
just.
send them back.
I would have told them to wait.
Me
I
too.
would have told them
Me
to
too.
wait.
Yeah.
Wait, hold it. I would have waited too.
But that's
I
either you'll
agree.
go to school or nothing. So it was.
Yeah, I get you.
So that's the thing, and it taught me how to have a work-life balance because Michigan State is such a huge ass party school. You can drown in that shit and flunk out very, very quickly. So it taught me how to balance both. I could not go to sleep until, I could literally not go to sleep, but I'm going to class. I'm not going to fail. I can tell you that.
Every time, okay.
Because the party over, you take your ass
The
back
party
home.
over,
I'm going to
like,
class every time,
I'm going to
okay?
class every single time.
I ain't going to class every single time, but my assignment going to be turned in. So I shoot, I'm sick today, but here go my work. You can get away with that at the little schools.
No, see, they took attendance.
Yeah, you can't get it. The work better make its way there now. They better get there. I get it there though.
My shit up there at 11:59. I won't be there at 8 a.m., but my shit was uploaded at 11:59.
So my 4, my first one is PWI taught me how to play the game. Like at the end of the day, one thing that I learned very quickly is that they needed my black face. And I'm not going to lie, I needed their asses. Like, and once I realized that it was an exchange of a transaction, like I jumped in both feet, all full force and grabbed everything that I can, because you only gonna get those concentrated years on campus that close to those people right then. Next thing you know, Johnny from your such and such class, your HR class, is gonna be CEO in a couple years of some company he don't deserve. And it just is what it is, but that's just kind of how it works. And so if Johnny is on in your damn Rolodex, then that matters. Like, just learning how to play the game the way that you need to and get the experience, the connections, the relationships, all of that shit. Like, these people don't have to be your friends forever or your best friends, but you are rubbing elbows with resources. Pretty much. It's just the honest truth. And even with the institution itself, like, they need your black ass in order to make their numbers. That's why when you go to financial aid, they try to figure it out, because they need your black ass. And your black ass need them to an extent. So just really look at it as a transactional situation and really pull everything you could pull out of it. So that was one. I learned that the world is so much bigger than I thought it was. Like, even though I'm just going to this small little place in
such a good one.
Kalamazoo, Michigan, like, I met, like, it felt like you meet the world walking around these campuses.
And you do.
Yeah. You literally do. Like, one of my great friends came from straight out of Dominican Republic. Like, just all these different places. And not saying that that HBCUs don't have diversity, because they do, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Within, like, black culture and things like that. The world, like, I literally seen the world differently after meeting people on that campus and just experiencing the campus.
Shout out to my girl Amy in Liverpool. I miss you, boo.
Okay, Liverpool.
Baby, that's my sister.
Yeah, like,
she came to Detroit and we tore it down. You hear me, my baby? Amy, I miss you, girl.
Yeah, like, it's so beautiful to be able to know that there are people around this world that, you run into them. And family, what I mean, around the world. Like, it really just opened my little eyes from the projects. You know what I'm saying? My other one is resiliency. Like, it taught me how to get the fuck back up. Yeah. Like you said, we're going to party it down, baby. And I'm trying to figure out how Johnny from class is still here drinking. I have to figure out how he did it.
He walked in smelling like a can of beer, but he in that bitch.
And boom, he in that bitch and he getting it done. Like, just resiliency. When you running into your black ass problems from home, deciding whether or not you can make it work, making the choice to get it done, making the choice to go cry and beg and plead until you get what you need to do. Like, the shit taught me how to stand up, period. Like, and it just is what it is. And then my fourth one, it taught me that you are where you are for a reason. So it's like, it's the fight against imposter syndrome. Because, baby, you don't know imposter syndrome till you in a 300-person lecture room and you the only one in there that look like you. Okay? You looking at the door, like, let me look at my schedule. Is it?
Girl, the first time I picked up a con law book, I feel like I didn't even know how to read, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Oh, my God. Absolutely.
What are these words? What do they mean?
Yeah.
What is this?
Like, being in classes and reading things that I have to Google the meaning of 2 or 3 words in each sentence to understand what the hell is going on around me. And to see other, Laura, she done read the book in a week, and it take me a month, and still being able to grasp and own and accept that at the end she read it and I read it. Boom. And and no matter how that happened, no matter whatever, that's just what it is. And I am here in this room with her ass for a reason, because I deserve to be. And being at a PWI gives you no choice but to swallow it, because you can't make it if you don't. It just is what it is. So those are my 4. I know that was a little long, but that's my 4.
Good job, ladies.
Thanks.
I love this conversation, because it's a conversation we never get to have. Like, being a black girl from a PWI, it wasn't all good and shit, but at the same time, there is an experience that needs to be talked about for us. Absolutely. And, black men, too, who go to PWIs.
I agree.
But I can't talk about them. I can only talk about my experience. And
It was all I could get. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was.
It was one of those.
It was the only thing I could touch.
It was literally
I
one of those
grabbed that
things
bitch,
where you
like-
have to enjoy the journey of it.
Yeah.
Because even on the worst days at the PWI, it's still like, even at the worst days, I can still like remember a ray of sunshine just because of the community, the village I built, and all of that stuff. So I was never alone, even though it felt lonely
Never.
sometimes.
Never alone.
You know what I'm saying? And there were people on campus that you could go and talk to and who would help you out and love on you. So shout out to my PWI. Northwood, I give y'all a lot of shit, but maybe y'all made me.
One of my friends used to say all the time, like, we were raised in our hometowns, but we grew up in college. Like, definitely. Like, I grew up in Kalamazoo, hands down, point blank, period, baby, in ways
Not
that
me
I
growing
just
up
didn't.
in Midland. Oh
I
my
know it's
God.
nuts,
I could
right?
throw up saying that.
Ain't it crazy?
18
I
to
know.
early 20s.
Look,
you
and I
have
did
no
a
clue
5-year
who you
bid,
are.
baby.
Did you?
Yeah.
In Midland,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
did
4
3
and a
more
half.
in Des Moines.
Yeah, my 3 was in Ypsilanti, but I literally only went to school, and I came back here because I was
Man, figuring out how to do
here.
each other sew-ins. Man, just good memories.
So many things.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to. Oh my God, I had the girls in my dorm. Shout out to Destiny. I know I'm Destiny, but shout out to Destiny. My roommate, we was the Destinies on campus, baby, and she got me together. Taught me how to do my hair. Listen, they used to dress me like a doll because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and they really like. The community. Okay, we was in that community bathroom because we did not have the suites in Henry,
Baby, at the
community
Charlotte
bathrooms.
Roost, getting the $10 heels.
Okay.
Love it.
Don't play with
Oh
it.
my God.
You get
y'all,
one pair, get the second pair for $10, so we splitting it at $25. Don't do me.
Girl, I ain't even got time. West Seal, Claire's, either way.
All of that. We had to catch the bus to the mall before anybody got a car.
Yes. Oh my God.
You see all these white kids
catching
parking
the
their cars
bus.
in their parking lots and all of this stuff.
Hell
and
nah.
we just, okay,
I
y'all
went
ready
to a
to walk
little
to the
school.
bus
I had my
stop?
car the whole time. Trigger was with me.
I didn't even have a car
Did
yet.
not have one.
I was on that bus, baby, to the mall. Okay?
Nah.
Literally on the Kalamazoo city bus. You got to learn how to go through the city, child.
Somebody had to have a car. We was
Angie
going to
was the
drive all the
first
way to
of us to
fucking
have a
Western
car.
and State and Central. We
I
all
didn't-
had cars.
I didn't get a car until junior year, and that was my whole refund check. Like, it really was. But I had a blast after I got it. That's when I was all
You
up
should have
in-
named that bitch FAFSA.
I didn't. It was Bubbles because it was blue. It was Bubbles. But yes, Bubbles, people, listen. Shout out to Bubbles. The people who know Bubbles, okay? We used to be out here.
R.I.P. Trigger, baby.
Okay. But yes, thank y'all ladies so much. And I want to thank y'all so much for joining us. Any quick last minute goodbyes, ladies?
Goodbye, y'all. And I wish I could talk more to y'all today, but
You did good.
Yeah, you did
My
good. I
throat.
just want to. Got this. I just want to say go green. Go green.
I don't know why I allowed this space
Go
for
white.
this.
I don't know.
Why? But it's
Spartans
a great
all day.
But it's a great day to be a Bronco, and I want to thank y'all so much for joining Surviving Superwoman, the show. We love y'all so much. You can catch us at most of the places that you listen to podcasts, but mainly Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. If you don't know where to go and you're still confused, check us out at goldengirlsgroup.org or at Surviving Superwoman Show on Instagram. It'll get you everywhere that you need to go. Thank y'all so much. We are out of here.
Bye, y'all.